Many of us believers is hanging on to some doctrine, emphasis on some doctrines, which is great, right? It's not bad of itself, but that's where we stay. I say, why are you guys talking about righteousness and sin? It's dealt with, it's done with, move on. I know a lot of people don't understand grace. They don't understand the goodness of God, and that's why we have to keep telling them, we have to keep preaching. People like me need to keep on preaching the grace of God because a lot of people are under condemnation and guilt, especially they come to church, they feel so guilty, But God never called us to dwell in the area where we keep talking about sin. If you have a victory already, you need to move on. You need to start changing your mindset. You need to expand because we have been preoccupied sometimes with one doctrine or one philosophy and one ideas and one theology, and then we can't move on. When God has given us this salvation for us to have an abundant life, to in fact conquer the world. There are people, I say to them, there were people in our midst that could be an inventor of the next light bulb or something like that, or could be the next Einstein, but because we're so preoccupied with one thing, we can't move on to anything else. So I want to encourage you, come on, you want to praise the Lord? Praise the Lord. Let's give praise to God. It is true. So I want to encourage you that you need to expand your mind, allow God to teach you something new. Christians, we ought to be the head, not the tail. It seems like the world is pulling us along and we're following the world grudgingly, I think especially Christians, right? In the past we call those drums a sin and of the devil, the churches used to preach against drums, and finally, we have drums, and whatever happened to the sin and devil, right? So we changed theology, being dragged along. Whereas we should be the leader of the world. We should influence the culture. We should influence the narrative and the mindset. We should be the one that people go, oh, I like to follow because it's so cool. Well, it's not cool if you just stay in one spot, the same old and same old and same old. I'm not preaching for us to change our conviction and our stand and so forth. I'm asking us to re-examine how we do life. Is that instead of staying in one corner, talking about one issue, let's ask God to give us greater wisdom to move forward.